Hi, folks. You are watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels and networks. I'm Mike Morales here in the San Gabriel Valley of Southern California. That guy out there is.
Skip Falconer in the Los Angeles County.
We're all in LA County, bro. Let me tell you. Skip and I have a brand new tequila that we're going. I think they're just rolling themselves out on the market. You can catch them on Instagram. This one, check this out. It's called Enemigo. Now, why you would call this enemy, because that's basically what the word means, as opposed to Casamigos, which is your friend, this is Enemigo, not your friend. But look at the packaging on this. Skip and I were talking off camera. What a beautiful bottle. Look at that. Look, they have the embossed, or it's a raised glass. This is a substantial bottle, man. This is heavy too. It's like we're doing like 10-pound curls. Yeah, you can do 10-pound curls with this one. It's the full name is Tequila Enemigo 89. I'm not sure. What's the 80? Did they tell us what the 89 stands for?
No information at all on what that means.
Yeah, I have no idea. So as usual, now this is a Anejo Cristalino.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the newest trend. Everybody's coming out with a Cristalino. So they only have an Anejo and an Anejo Cristalino. So we got both of these. We're gonna taste them and dissect them together. I'm gonna use my Stasso Jarrito that I normally use
And I'm going to use my Glencairn.
The Glencairn. So we're just gonna pour the juice before we tell you any more of the ins and outs and taste it and then tell you what we think. That's what we do it here, because that's the bottom line. People want to know what they're gonna buy, how it's gonna taste, if they can take it to a party. If you look at their Instagram, they do a lot of wow, that was interesting. They do a lot of lifestyle pictures. You're out at the beach, you're in the pool, you're drinking with models, things like that. So you're on a boat. Okay, all right, I'll buy that. So anyway, as you can tell, if you're looking at it, I don't know if you could tell on camera, my camera here. It's the middle of the day here, so it's almost clear. But when you see it off near a light, it's a little bit. It's got a little bit of color, just slight, like just a little bit. Anyway, so I poured mine in the jarrito, checking out to see if you can see the legs and tears. I'm not even sure you can catch that on my camera at all. And it's got a decent string of pearls.
It does have a decent string of pearls, yeah.
It is a little bit off color, just slightly. And the only way I can tell is to actually move it away from sunlight. If I put it on a table, I can actually tell.
Yeah, I know it has almost a straw.
Yeah, like a pale straw.
Yeah.
Herradura used to have that when they used to call their tequila years and years ago a blanco suave, which meant that they aged it in a barrel and they pulled it out right before they had to call it a reposado. So it would have an off color on purpose, and they did that just to round out the edges. Beautiful legs and tears. It's pretty to look at. So
yeah.
Okay, what are we getting here? And I got a wider mouth surface. I'm using the jarrito for that I normally use for mezcal. So, and we just broke the seal off of these off camera. So they've been in my office for like a week, maybe. There's a lot of alcohol on this one.
There's a lot of alcohol in mine too.
Yeah. Again, not a bad thing. It's just it could have been agitated, when it traveled to get here.
kind of green.
I'm not getting any brightness on the nose. I'm not getting, for instance, like a citrus. I'm not getting any of that.
I'm not really getting any of the barrel notes.
I'm wondering what you're getting, because I'm going to rely on you, because you have a little smaller. The Glencairns are perfect for all expressions of tequila. We love them as much as we love the Jarrito. In fact, Stotzel makes both of them. They make the Stotzel for the Jarrito for the dealer who owns that patent, and then they make Glencairn to their specs also. So we've transitioned over to a Glencairn a long time ago. Riedel's the quality of tequila these days has outpaced the Riedel. We still use them on occasion, but I want to rely more on what Skip is getting, because I have a larger mouth surface, and I'm hoping it opens up a little bit more. Okay, because it's not open.
Some mint, some minty, a little bit of vanilla notes.
Okay. Well, again, this is an Anejo Cristalino, so the color has been filtered. It's gone through a filtration, so it strips the color. Probably strips a lot of the flavors, but it should still have some flavors of the barrel. That's what I'm looking for. But I'm not getting a lot of. You got some wood notes. That's good. I'm glad you're getting something. Because I got nothing. I got a very minor amount of citrus, like at the very bottom now. It's just starting to open.
Little bit of citrus. The alcohol is subsiding a little taste now.
Yeah.
But
wow, that's a lot of alcohol. I haven't had this much alcohol, lingering alcohol. It's a lingering alcohol. Sometimes you have some alcohol that'll diffuse after a few minutes. Some is enough to bring up more of the aromas. It's a necessary thing in tequila. It's not off-putting, but in this case, it's a unusually lingering.
Yeah, right in the middle. That alcohol is.
You're right. I almost got that mint. Now a little bit of that mint.
Yeah. But you're right. There's not much here.
Yeah, there's not. It's not a complex nose. Okay, it's almost one-sided, if you ask me. But okay, we got to dive in, because I'm hoping I get more, in the retronasal and in the taste. So here we go. Wow, heavy on the alcohol still.
Very minty.
Yeah. Did you find it sweet on the entry?
It's yes. It's sweet. It's very sweet on the entry.
And then did it get hot for you? Yeah.
Right in here, it's a little heat.
I got like a lot of hot pepper, a lot of it.
A lot of.
Yeah, it kind of like exploded at mid palate. Once it came in sweet, then it went pow. I mean, and it lingered. It's got a long finish too, folks. This has got.
It does.
I like the finish on this, but I got to give it another pass, because it wasn't enough to. I'm a little confused, because we get a lot of tequilas where sometimes the aroma doesn't match the flavor profile, or they dovetail nicely. The
didn't match this at all.
No, I
Not
expect the sweetness that technically you should be able to smell this kind of sweetness, even if it was just barrel sweetness. But I wasn't getting that. So I'm gonna dive in one more time here and. Wow, there's a
there's a lot of pepper.
Yeah, and then once you swallow, and with these glasses, folks, you don't need a whole lot. You just need a little bit because you are just sampling, and many times we just spit them out. Okay, when I just do this, afterwards, just to get a little bit more retronasal and to see what sort of residue there is on my palate, because it is coating my palate. All right, and that could be from the wood, it could be from the, part of that. It's designed to do that. Could be it's got a little bit of glycerin in it, and that's okay too. It's allowed. But when I do that, there's this underlying aftertaste that I get at the back of my palate that I can't place.
Yes. Yeah.
And it doesn't taste natural. It's not wood. That's just it. It isn't like I'm getting wood notes. It's almost like
it's sort of artificial.
Yeah. But it's ever so slight. I mean, if you don't cleanse your palate and just, if you're not looking for it, you'll never find it. But I'm gonna do this again. I gotta try it again. I have to. I'm only poured once, so again, it's confusing to me. Wow, way more prevalent now. It's coating the back and the sides of my palate, and then once I swallow, it's a slight bitterness. Slight. I want to say maybe like a bitter rind of some sort.
I'm getting now a little bit of coconut.
Oh, that's a possibility. I can see that. It's an underlying though, but it's like the rear of the palate. It's almost like it disappears after you swallow it. You have to actually reactivate it because it's coating your palate. That's one thing I have noticed, that it's coating the palate. It's designed to do that. If it's an añejo to begin with, and then they strip the color and some of the flavor profile, you're still going to have a little bit of it. Okay, so it's going to linger like a real añejo is going to linger on your palate. If you're an oak head, you know what I'm talking about. Whether I like it or not, I'm going to pour another sample. I know we're kind of going long on this, folks, but bear with us. There's a reason for it. Okay, Skip, what do we know about the price point on this tequila?
This Cristalino is anywhere between $59.99 and $79.99. Now the average price they say is around $64.95.
Híjole. Okay. There's a reason I asked Skip this question. Skip's on his game. Nothing escapes Skip. Okay. I'm gonna go through another pass. It should have had a chance now to open up now that we uncorked the seal. This is the most volatile tequila we've had in a long time on Sipping Off the Cuff. Even I always expect a little bit of alcohol. It's okay. It's natural. It happens. But the lingering alcohol is something that would be off-putting to myself. Maybe not to you guys. I mean, if you're shooting it. Now, we're going to go through the ins and outs here shortly, okay? But I'm going to try this one more time. Again, I'm getting nothing on the nose.
I'm getting like Dirty water.
I'm getting alcohol. It must be my bottle. It's got to be my bottle. You know, what happens with tequila is when it's shipped, it gets agitated, and I know master distillers that will not deliver their tequilas once it's come across the border until it's had like a few days to settle, and then they will deliver because it is a living thing in most cases. Wow, yeah, I'm getting some water. You're right. It's faint, but it's not good water.
No.
It's like it's stale.
Yes.
It's stale. You know, you've had. I changed my. I have a cat, and I changed my pet cat's water daily, because it gets stale. It just it aerates too much, and after a while, it's just gonna. Don't let it sit there for 2 or 3 days. This is like it's stale water. Okay, I'm gonna dive in one more time. I know we're going long, folks, but bear with us. There's a reason for this. Okay. I like how it goes in sweet, but that aftertaste.
Yeah.
Now that we've had several passes and it's coating the palate like it should,
Yes.
you smack your lips, and when you do that, you know what the residue is, what's on your palate that's been coating it. And there's something really weird at the rear of my palate, the rear of my tongue, that I don't like. Like Skip said, it tastes a little bit artificial. And I'm wondering if that's the residue of the sweetness that goes in. Okay. Let's get into full transparency, shall we?
Okay.
What's the gnome number of this brand?
It's a 1489.
I just to save you the it's Destilería Leiros. For those of you who have been following us for a long time, you know that this particular distillery has lots of brands coming out of it. Leiros, Ignite, Los Azules, Don Fermin. We've had Don Fermin here before. Dahlia, which I'm looking forward to tasting. Casa Dragones is made there. High Degree, the old Hermosa Casa Agave is made there. The rules of the gnome list say that as long as there is product on the shelves, they have to keep that name on that particular gnome list. But I know Casa Hermosa has moved, and they are now completely organic. Cat Tequila, I've met before. Señor de los Cielos, for those of you who are into telenovelas, that's famous. Señor de los Cielos, I think he's coming out with another one as well. The same guy is coming out with La Reina del Sur. There it is, La Reina del Sur. Big. These two are big. I don't know how he got the brand names to those two telenovelas, because they're one of the more popular ones. And the reason I bring this up, folks, for education purposes, this distillery is known to have a diffuser. In fact, it is the only thing that they have, and they don't hide it. You can read about it if you're Skip is a the first graduate of our Consumer Catador course. All that information is there, made public. We have interviewed the gentleman Enrique Legorreta, who is the one of the owners of Tequila Leiros. And for people with diffusers, it's just another style of tequila, and that's it. That's it. But when we run it through our gauntlet, what do you think, Skip?
you can taste it, the difference between tequilas that are diffused and tequilas that are baked in
Yeah.
the oven.
Now, remember, folks, also, we are in the middle of an agave shortage. You're probably watching this video in August. We're taping this in the end of June because we're all full up for July, folks. And by the way, you can binge watch all the episodes of Sipping Off the Cuff the first of the month, every month. That's what we're doing. We're just streaming them all, so you can sit there with a great tequila and watch all of our TJs taste with me all the different tequilas that have been sent to us in the month before. So that being said, would you pay $59, $60, close to $70 for this?
I don't think I would.
I don't think I would either. And I love the packaging. Don't get me wrong. I love this packaging. But I'm not even going to explain to you how marketing works, especially marketing brands like this, because I probably know more than I need to, and probably more than the average consumer. What I will tell you is, if you're a shooter, if you're a cocktail person, if you just want a pretty bottle, you like pretty bottles, go for it. In fact, if you've had it before, give us a comment on when you see the video, right down below. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit the notification bell, subscribe, please. Give us a like, okay? And tell us what you think. Tell me what you think. I want to know what the public thinks about stuff like this, where they're asking you to shell out $60 to $70 for $80. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm incorrect with my. Okay. For this, I probably wouldn't take it to a party. Now, here's the thing. The information that we had from them that they sent to us, and I don't know if Skip got a hold of any of this, but they're telling us that, yes, use a flute. They're telling you how to taste this, and they have they don't even have a riedel. They have a kind of a knockoff champagne glass in their POS. It's on a neck tag, okay? But they sent me the PDF of the neck tag, and they're saying, yes, the first Cristalino ever to win a double gold at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. Really? Really? Wow.
The China Spirits Competition.
Yeah. San Francisco is the biggest one. I do understand that in 2020 or this year they were short-staffed because they taste everything. Here's the thing. They use new American oak barrels, reuse bourbon barrels in order to age Enemigo, and then they do the filtration. Hand-selected lowland blue Weber agave. That's what they're using. Supposedly for 7 to 12 years to ensure that they meet Enemigo's quality standards. Volcanic mineral-rich soil, okay, creates an herbaceous vegetal profile. I didn't get any of that.
And deep well water.
Yeah, it's filtered. Volcán de Tequila. All water used in Enemigo's production process is filtered through the mineral-rich soil of the Volcán de Tequila, which last erupted 200,000 years ago. This mineral-rich filtration adds a further fresh minerality. I didn't get minerality. Did you?
No, sir. Now, the other thing is, now what I found out, what I read was it has custom-made barrels.
Well, it can't be custom made if you're using reused barrels.
It's a custom American oak, custom-made.
Well, yeah, custom made for the guy the bourbon manufacturer, for not for them. Really? Yeah,
Yes.
first of all, if you're a bourbon company, go to Tennessee, go to bourbon country, go to the bourbon whiskey trails. Most of the big ones like Jack Daniels and Brown-Forman, they have their own cooperages. In other words, they make their own barrels because that's part of the law. You can only age it in a new American oak barrel, and it can be toasted or it can be charred, and one use only. After that, you got to get rid of it. Okay, so yeah, it's custom made, but not for them.
Ah,
Because what
okay.
they're telling me is traditionally tequila is aged in reused bourbon barrels, and Enemigo uses custom handmade new American oak barrels? Really? Okay. Crafted by coopers with more than 30 years of experience from selected Quercas Alba oak that is air dried and then seasoned in Cuba, Missouri. Oh, I gotta stop. I'm done, folks. I'm done. I'm done. Skip, are you done? Are we done
I'm
here?
done. Too.
Okay.
Yes, my.
Sorry, folks. We went 26 minutes, but hopefully to your advantage. All right. That's our take on Enemigo, the Cristalino Anejo. I'm Mike Morales here in the San Gabriel Valley, shaking my head, shaking my damn head. That guy out there is.
Skip Falconer, Los Angeles.
You've been watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our on our podcasts, on Spotify, on iTunes. Again, if you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe, give us a comment, tell us what you think, and whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.